Well, for the most part, guys, I can say the Western Conference Finals Game 7 was interesting. There's a few things you could say about it, and I'll let you guys know what I thought about it after I roll my lit intro.
Yo, I ain't here for the money, I ain't here for the fame. Though it might be nice.
Rockets Warriors Game 7, guys. By now you guys know what happened. Obviously, Warriors beat the Rockets 101-92, win the Western Conference title for like the 4th year in a row. And now they're going to their 4th straight finals against LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers. But if you guys didn't check out my previous video that I made about the Cavs Celtics Game 7, you definitely should, because you know, pretty lit. But that's not the point. So just like I did in my last video, I got asked the question, what happened to the Houston Rockets? I mean, they were a 65-win team, home court through the whole playoffs, first seed in the Western Conference. Even I think that 65-win is a franchise record. Like, what could have possibly gone wrong for these guys? But I mean, after Chris Paul went down with that hamstring injury in Game 6, it looked a little tough for the Rockets for a bit. But I was actually one of the believers that thought that the Rockets could pull it off even without Chris Paul, that they would come into Game 7 having home court in front of those fans in Houston. And just the way the game played out overall, it really wasn't a good game. The game was entertaining, but what I mean is, like, the Warriors, how they started off the game, and then Houston from the 3rd quarter till the end, like, it seemed like for the first half the Warriors played pretty bad, and then as soon as halftime had ended, like, the Warriors came out like they've done in previous 3rd quarters through the whole season, just dominate, and the Rockets just caved in. But you got to give your hats off to Golden State, man. These guys, they've built a dynasty. I mean, like, yeah, I don't like the Warriors having Kevin Durant, winning 73 games, adding Kevin Durant, and then sweeping their way to pretty much a title. But you got to give credit where credit's due. The Warriors management, drafting Clay, drafting Steph, drafting Draymond, and then adding KD, like, whoever, like, just like Danny Ainge, like, whoever did that is just pure genius. But back to Houston's side, like, I really liked how they started off the game. You know, they came out, they threw that first punch. You had Eric Gordon, who hit one of his 2 threes in, like, early in the game, and then Harden drawing fouls. Like, that's what you would want the home team to do in a Game 7. And I'm not gonna even lie to you guys, the officiating in this game was pretty bad, especially for, like, both sides. Like, just bad officiating overall, especially for the Rockets. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, the Rockets got robbed on a few calls, but that's not an excuse why the Rockets lost. Like, I mean, when you miss like 27 3-pointers in a row, like, yeah, I guess especially against a team like Golden State, yeah, you're not gonna win most of the time. But man, like, just stretches of that game, just watching the Rockets, like, settle for threes. Like, literally, they were live by the 3, die by the 3 type of mentality. Like, this was bad. Like, I think, like, after they missed like 5 or 6 in a row, if I were Mike D'Antoni, I would have definitely tried something else. You know, maybe some mid range, or, you know, just start attacking the basket. But no, that never happened until after they missed like 27 threes in a row. But yeah, the Rockets definitely died by the 3. And what I loved from the Rockets in that first half too is all the touches they were giving Clint Capella and how they were getting him involved in the offense. I feel like in the 3rd quarter they also kind of got away from that, and that definitely hurt him a bit, because Clint Capella was like, he was dominating the Warriors down low in that first half. I think he had like 12 points. Like, those were some productive 12 points. Like, I definitely would have gone back to him, especially after those few threes weren't falling. Like, I would have definitely gone back to Clint Capella, but it never happened. And the crazy part is, like, Chris Paul just sitting on the bench, frustrated, not being able to be out there with his team, you know, trying to win that Game 7, you know, to go to the NBA Finals. And it sucks, you know, like, seeing him on the bench, because it's just gonna leave that big what if. Like, what if Chris Paul had never gotten hurt? Like, the Rockets won Game 7. And, like, I mean, it was a close game. So, who knows? Maybe Chris Paul could have impacted in a different way. And we'd be talking about the Rockets going to the finals. But that's a big what if. And I'm not going to take anything away from the Warriors. Like, man, like, as much as... just as an NBA fan, like, you know, seeing a team in the finals once, it's like, yeah, that's pretty cool. And then seeing them go back to back, like, hey, like, they're up to something 3 times is like, yeah, you know, like, they're pretty dominant. And then now for the 4th time, it's like, I'm kind of getting tired of seeing them in the finals, but better get used to it at this point, because it looks like Golden State ain't going anywhere. And rightfully so, they shouldn't, because you have 4 All-Stars. And if you're Golden State, you do whatever you can to keep this intact. But aside from a lot of those missed 3-pointers, James Harden too really couldn't hit anything. Trevor Ariza 0 for 9 didn't contribute at all. Like, he must have, I got from what I saw, he used all of his energy guarding Kevin Durant. And Kevin Durant still dropped a good amount of points on him. But you got to give it up to the Rockets too, man. They had one hell of a season. 65 wins. You added Chris Paul to the team. It looked promising up until Chris Paul got hurt, but you know, like, maybe if you're the Rockets, you keep this team intact, and who knows, give it another run. Like, maybe you'll get Golden State next year. But those are all big what ifs. But once again, congrats to Golden State. Y'all won the Western Conference title, and now you get to play the beast in the East, LeBron. I mean, I'll be making my finals predictions in my next video, so I'm going to save it for that. But let me know what you guys thought about this series. Like, was anybody else like me that thought that the Rockets would win Game 7? Did you guys know Golden State would probably just win it all? Like, I mean, I probably shouldn't bet against Golden State at this point. Like, they're the best team in basketball. Not even close. But I'm curious to see what you guys thought about it, so let me know down in the comments. And if you're new here, if you like this video, leave a like, consider subscribing, because you know it means the world to this guy. And I'll see you guys for my finals predictions. Peace. Yo, and one more thing, guys, like, shout out to my guy Justice Winslow. You ain't slick. I saw you at the game. Like, I was watching the game. Like, I remember there was a possession where, like, Harden was guarding Durant or something like that, and I looked over and I saw a dude with the poofy hair. I was like, huh, you know, it kind of looks like my guy Justice Winslow. But I was like, nah, probably isn't him. And then I get on Instagram after the game and I see that he was there. So shout out to my guy, repping the Heat. And now I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.
Yo, I ain't here for the money, I ain't